What about your friends? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down? Maybe. Hey friend, hey. Do you remember when it was so easy to make friends? It just seemed like friends were everywhere you look. You went to school, in class, there were friends. Your dorm, there were friends. Even as a child, your mama would drop you off at your aunties and uncles' houses. Those were your friends. Like, we were always placed in the perfect opportunity to make friends and to grow connections. Now, not so much. We got responsibilities, making our lives busier and focusing on our goals. But sometimes our goals look like becoming more social, and that's why you click this video. We're focused, we're working, we're growing, but sometimes the goal is to become more connected. Welcome to episode 3 on the series about how to make life way more interesting. My name is Dacie, and this is Dacie's Dose, where we talk all things adulthood. I give advice as a dose of direction towards a more fulfilling life. So how about you hop in my ride so we can navigate this adulthood together. I'm excited to be back on this episode. In episode 1, we talked about a mundane life and some tips and tricks to improve your day little by little. And in episode 2, we talked about building better hobbies and habits so we enjoy our alone time. Now we're gonna take that fulfilled alone person and add a buddy. We're talking about building a social life today. In this video, I'll give some suggestions to get started, a few reminders about making friends, and even a good conversational starter tip. So make sure you stay to the end. I'm sharing what has worked for me, and if making friends as an adult is tough, I'm hoping that some of these tips can be useful. Now, disclaimer, before I moved to Dallas, I did not have a shortage of friends, but I am able to say that I moved to a new city and added more meaningful connections with those around me. Now let's get started. Number 1. Come in closer. I have to let you in on the secret. Closer. You'll have to leave your house more often. Don't shoot the messenger. Do not shoot the messenger. I'm just saying it's going to be really hard to make friends from your couch. Getting out and about is going to allow for you to find people to connect with. Hopefully that tidbit convinced you that you're going to have to be outside. But you don't have to just think bars and clubs. That's what most people think when they think outside. I'm talking activities. There's more opportunities to bond outside of bars and clubs. I would say go out and do something you already love, just in public, or do something that you're really interested in. Maybe we're gonna take some art classes, go to some new fitness workouts in person, maybe a creative meetup, or going out to eat instead of eating in. You never know who you can meet. This idea is a win-win regardless. If you go out and do something you already want to do, you're gonna be more fulfilled, and you can get the bonus of meeting someone with similar interests. We love to see it. Getting outside and meeting people to bond with will be easier if you go to recurring events versus one-off events. When you're seeing the same faces over and over again, that helps build connection and trust. It'll be easier to connect and say hi to people you expect to see over and over again. You can start with hi this time, or a wave, and then the next class you can speak. You don't have to jump straight into conversation. So consider joining some type of club, maybe a group fitness, some writing groups, or even volunteering on a reoccurring basis. After moving to Dallas, I started dancing again. I joined a program of maybe 15 girls, and we would have classes multiple times a week. Because of that reoccurring rapport, and when we go to the big class, we see people we recognize that you could say hi to, and some of them have even become my friends to this day. Another way to find reoccurring events to connect is by joining a social platform. In college, I joined this Black pharmacist GroupMe. It had interns, students, and even pharmacists all across the nation. One day, a guy asked if there were other pharmacists in the Dallas area, and we ended up making a separate GroupMe. I haven't even moved to Dallas yet, and I said I'm in that GroupMe. Hi, my name is Dacie, and I'll be there in a few months. Would love to connect. And joining that subgroup has led to some of my greatest relationships here. Love you, mean it. So consider making your social media work for you for a change. Find groups that you can connect with online, like GroupMe, Meetup, Bumble BFF, something called Discord I've heard of. Discord? You can even check local Facebook groups. The good thing about joining a group is people are looking to connect in those opportunities. And in theory, you have something in common if you guys chose the same group. If you go out and try something new or go out and do something you love, you may meet someone there and ask them how they found the event. They could actually lead you to one of these groups. You never know. Now, I know making friends can be difficult, and challenging, very vulnerable. Here are some reminders about the process. Remember that not everyone is for you, and that's okay. If you speak to someone and they're not really kind or engaging, or don't really seem interested in conversing, that's fine. Move on. They're allowed to be picky, but remember, so are you. And you want people who are going to give you that same energy back. Everyone is not your match, and that's okay. Like my daddy always said, if someone doesn't want to be your friend, that's their loss. And when it comes to connecting with new people, remember, we need to take the pressure off. It doesn't have to be high stakes. You don't have to look for your new best friend. There's so much value in small talk and casual hangouts. There's value in just feeling less alone. In all these interactions, it's so important to be yourself. You're gonna meet new people and they're gonna be interested in who you're presenting. You don't wanna show up as someone who you're not, and then you're gonna have to work to keep that act up. Friendships aren't supposed to be that kind of work. And we already put in this work to make the friends. You want to keep that work up? That's even more work. Also, the relationships where you can be yourself will feel more valuable. So you ready to get started? I have a conversational tip for you. It's so easy for me to start talking to people, and I think it comes down to basically making the same 2 points. Either I compliment them or I talk about something I feel we have in common. So I could say like, oh my God, I love your bag. I was thinking about getting that same bag, but I wasn't sure if it would be worth the money. Or, oh my God, I love your outfit. Where'd you get it from? And you can kind of tell when somebody actually wants to engage. If you compliment them with no follow-up, they could just say thank you. Or they could say, thank you. You know, I got this from this place and it was on sale. Like that can spark conversation. Or if I see someone who's wearing Georgia Bulldog gear or somewhere else in the SEC, I'll probably say go Dogs just to get a conversation started. Either they're with me or they're against me, but either way, it'll spark conversation. You could talk about whether or not they went to the schools they're repping or when they went to the schools. But I think those 2 things are a great way to get started. Hey friend, you're not awkward, you're not behind, you're trying. And trying is what can lead to a more fulfilling life. And if making friends will make you feel more fulfilled, I'm rooting for you because we're all worthy of love and belonging. But it won't always fall in your lap, so we gotta be intentional. What can you do for you, girl? Next week, we're gonna be talking about how to romanticize our life to close out the series, and I'd love for you to join me. In order for you to remember, you gotta subscribe to me so you don't miss the episode. And if you missed 1 and 2, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. If you've already watched 1 and 2, go ahead and click this playlist and watch things you haven't watched yet. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If anything was helpful, I'd appreciate a like. That tells the algorithm that there's value in the video and to suggest it to others who may benefit from the same information. It would really mean a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Dacie's Dose. Now go dose accordingly. Love you, mean it. Bye. BTS Dacie over here losing her mind because I recorded this entire episode already and it had no volume. So here we are. Don't say I didn't love y'all, because I do. Real bad. Tired after work in a few hours.